My name is Edgar Reich, and I am called by the will of God for revival. Dear Pastor, Elder, Bishop, thank you for joining me briefly. I understand that you are fully occupied by taking care of a flock. You deal with many problems every day, and often you deal with problems at night. You are busy preparing messages each week, and your elders or board require you to achieve church growth and income to sustain your ministry. Often there's little time for your own family, so I esteem you very, very highly. Thank you for all of your wonderful service. Now, major problems have developed in North America. God has started to bring judgment. We can see this clearly stated in Romans chapter 1, where God is giving many to reprobate and debased minds, even to the very highest levels of governments. Other translations use defective, corrupt, or worthless minds. Good has become evil, and evil is becoming good. God's wrath and his tears have caused him to implement judgment. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 is another example. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I also will reject you from being priest. Because you have forgotten the law of your God, I also will forget your children. Technology has taken over our children's minds, and they have left the churches in droves. The solutions. God is still willing to turn around from the further plans he has for judgment in North America. For he says in Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 8, if that nation against whom I have spoken turns from its evil, I will relent of the disaster that I thought to bring upon it. If we do nothing, further judgment is certain. God is not mocked. We could pray and turn around. After the Boxer Rebellion in China, Chinese pastors lamented that the greatest failure was to prepare their churches and congregations for persecution. During the Boxer Rebellion in China, 23,000 Christians died. They were killed, they became martyrs. 236 foreign missionaries were killed, they became martyrs. Before the Second World War, there were 14,000 evangelical pastors in Germany. When Adolf Hitler required the swastika to be put into German churches, 13,200 pastors compromised. The German Christians followed and remained largely silent in support of Hitler. 800 plus pastors went to jails and concentration camps. Subsequently, and after the Second World War, there was a Stuttgart public confession of guilt. The German Christians confessed, and the confession included, we accuse ourselves for not standing to our beliefs more courageously and for not praying more faithfully. The time is short, and we will soon face the choice between being required to follow God's laws or to stand with the apostles of old. Some pastors have had to choose already. In Acts chapter 5, verse 29, Peter and the apostles said, we ought to obey God rather than man. How can we turn from evil as a nation? How could you assist in that manner? There are over 300,000 pastors in North America. Suppose a good number of pastors, including yourself, were to lead your own congregation in revival based on Joel chapter 2, verses 15 to 17. Blow the trumpet, call for a fast, start weeping and pray, lead your congregation in prayer. And secondly, if you're so led, we invite you to participate in a weekly National Revival prayer call every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The conference access telephone number is area code 712-770-4160. The access code is 603053#. In Ezekiel 33 verse 11 it says, "Say to them, as I live, says the Lord God, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn from your evil ways, for why should you die?" God says, I love you. I don't want you to die. If we do nothing, the outcome is certain. Only revival can save us. Will you blow the trumpet in your church or congregation and lead them in prayer? And will you join the National Conference Prayer Revival Call on Monday nights? If you do, I believe our mighty God will rend the heavens. Thank you.